I'm not doing circus tricks. Hell no. I'm sticking to the game plan.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about the courtship episode 9. So in episode 9 of the courtship, so we have 6 suitors left. The family talking about like the last farewell dance. We also have the boy, they are talking about the fact that it's only 6 of them left, and they realize that the proposal is sooner than later. It's not time to joke around anymore. It's time to get serious. It's time to actually think about if they can see themselves in the real relationship with Miss Remy. And they asked the question to Lincoln. Lincoln says not ready for the proposal. Like they were talking about it, remember like in episode, I don't know if it's 7 or 8, the fact that they play the game and they discovered that Lincoln is not ready for the proposal with Remy. It's his fear of commitment, all those type of things. Then in episode 9 they have what they call the Festival of Strength. In the Festival of Strength they're going to be testing how strong the men are, and in this thing it's not about like maybe it's about strategy. It's about how much you show your strength. And the winner of this, we spend like a one-on-one time with Miss Remy. So we have Mr. Bukikyo. I know I spent 8 weeks pronouncing his name at Boshasho. Maybe because of my French background, and sometimes English word I read them as French. So je suis désolée. I'm sorry. So Mr. Bukikyo have to show his strength against Lincoln. Lincoln was like Mr. Chapman, and they have to lift something very heavy and put it on, like you lift like a heavy mass and you put it on a table or something like that. You have to lift it. I don't remember who actually win. I think Lincoln win. And we have Mr. Josh versus like Mr. Nazay. Josh win.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Josh!
And we have Mr. Hunter versus Mr. Khan. Mr. Khan just tried to compare himself to like Mr. Hunter, and he realized how Mr. Hunter looking. Mr. Khan kind of feel like a little bit like insecure. I don't know, but surprisingly he win the challenge. He was able to lift something very heavy, and he win against Mr. Hunter. Then they have like some kind of second challenge, and we have Mr. Chapman versus Mr. Nazir. And in the second challenge they have to like lift something up. So they lift something up, and it's like the game of endurance. You have to see like how far can you go, or if somebody is like feel like he's failing already, the item that they are lifting is gonna fall. So Mr. Chapman go against Mr. Nazir. Mr. Nazir win. We have Mr. Khan versus Mr. George. I think Mr. Khan win. He keeps surprising us out. And we have Mr. Bukikyo go against Mr. Hunter, and Mr. Hunter win this challenge. And they have like a final round of challenge in Mr. Hunter versus Mr. Nazir. Mr. Nazir win the challenge, so Mr. Nazir win the one-on-one time with Mr. Remy.
Great day, and you know what we're gonna have? A taste of success. Cheers.
And that was it. So Mr. Nazir spent more time with Remy. They didn't do much. They have some kind of like little picnic where they just keep talking. Miss Remy say, Mr. Nazir said, if you keep looking at me like this, I'm going to kiss you.
You keep looking at me like that, I'm gonna have to kiss you.
She kept looking at him, and she kept looking at him, and he kissed her.
You gonna keep looking at me like that?
concerned. I guess to say. So listen, as I talk to Miss Remy, so Remy ask question, and as I talk about like Mr. Lincoln or Mr. Chapman. And as I talk about like how Lincoln is not ready for commitment.
Lincoln's been very vocal about how he isn't ready for this commitment.
After when they came back from the little picnic, so Hunter wanted to talk to Miss Remy, so he created his own special one-on-one time with Miss Remy. And I want to see that Remy say something, Hunter is so perfect. I'm like, girl, you stole my line. I say that in episode 5. I literally say how perfect Mr. Hunter is in episode 5. Hold the tape, hold the tape. Mr. Hunter, literally the perfect guy. Mr. Hunter is so perfect, I can't even explain. Everything that he does is A+. You see, I see that sentence that Mr. Hunter is so perfect. So there's only one problem about Mr. Hunter. We don't know who Mr. Hunter is. Remy talk about the fact that he's not vulnerable. She know almost nothing about him. The last time they talked, you remember how they said he said that he lived with a woman before, but he was not even able to give like detail about the relationship that he had before. It's like he's very like he keep everything close. She doesn't know him well. Yeah, he see that he like to be the hawk for other people, and that understand that usually people who like to be the hawk for other people, who like to help other people are very not, they don't open up a lot. I'm a little bit like that. I care about other people, but when it comes to myself, I don't think people really, I don't really open up to people. I open up only like one thing. I open up to one of my closer friends about some things, but in general, I don't open up a lot to people. I always be like that. I keep stuff close to myself. But sometimes not so good. Remy started to feel like frustrated. She felt like they're not going anywhere.
So I'm just frustrated right now.
Because Hunter doesn't open up, she doesn't know much about him. She knows that he's a little perfect guy. Like I said in episode 5, we should be in budget or something like that. Or if they plan to do a season 2 for like the courtship, maybe Mr. Hunter should be. And the the bachelor who come in this courtship, let me get to know him better. I want to see more Mr. Hunter is the journey. I want to see more Mr. Hunter. Please give us more Mr. Hunter. Okay, let's move on. She's frustrated about that. And then even after those little one-on-one time, after the festival strike, Miss Remy one, this and all that. I don't know the structure of this game. It's not like The Bachelor, everything is like planned. It's still a new show. I think they're still trying to figure out what they're gonna do things, follow the regency area. And they still try to get those things together. So yeah, this like a private one-on-one time. And she after private she choose Mr. Bukikyo as the person she wanna spend more a private one-on-one time with. And they have some kind of date, you know, like in The Bachelor, they usually have like a bubble bath date outside somewhere in the freaking cold winter that they are literally half naked. Yeah, you know, in the Regency area, you can do that. So maybe she still have her gown for like the night. Bokikyo, he's still wearing his pen, and they have like 2 baths. But he said, let's just get into one bath to save water. I'll flood. Yep. So Miss Remy was talking about like all the commitment. She was talking to Mr. Bokikyo about like if he can see life with her. You know, she wanna know what he think about this process, and he keeps saying that the proposal is crazy.
Proposal is crazy.
It's crazy to get engaged into this person. You can tell me it's crazy. Yes, it is crazy, but you know, I know it's crazy. It is like scary for people to think about really finding somebody. But just like I just think that if you come into the show, I'm not saying that the right reason or wrong reason, like they say in the bachelor, but I just think like if you are willing to take this type of step, that means you should be like in a step in your life, in the place in your life that you actually see like you're ready for something like that, like a commitment. So that's just the way I see like at least thinking about be committed. It's like I mean it's not that you have to marry a person, but at least seeing that be ready for something like that in your life, like in that step of your life. So by the way, okay, you're talking about, I say it's crazy because I don't know, maybe they want to be boyfriend, girlfriend, work. I understand when girl come into this type of process, they just don't want to settle to be boyfriend, girlfriend because you feel like you want something more out of something like that. If you just want a boyfriend, you can just go and on the dating app and just keep dating. So when you come into something like that because you want to see something out of this process. So I completely understand. It's not crazy, guy. Okay. They were talking, so he's stating, oh, it's kind of crazy, but he can see the future with her, but I think he's just scared of like the more proposal and stuff like that, getting married. He said he can see life with her after this, so they end up onto that note. And then the next morning, we got a good chat they're talking about last night. Me talking to Tessa and Claire about the fact that Lincoln feared the commitment the most about Bokikyo not being, was not ready for like a proposal, so she's kind of scared. Even though she, with her one-on-one date with Bokikyo, she can come into some kind of understanding, like she can see a life with him outside this process, so they both can see life together. But with Lincoln is so uncertain, so she feel like she want to talk more to Lincoln. She want to see actually what is there, if there's something there. She went to the man place and she wanted to talk directly to Lincoln.
I hate to interrupt your fun, but I was wondering if I could speak with Lincoln privately.
Lincoln, they have like a one-on-one talk. Me talking to him, he said he want like a monogamy relationship, want to fall in love, blah 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 blah.
I want monogamy and I want to be in love, but don't want to slow down.
She really like him, and this is where I feel like, oh my god, poor Remy.
I just don't get how you can tell somebody that you're crazy about and that you're falling in love with, that like you just want to give up. That's not love.
I don't know. I just don't know. He said he doesn't know what to do. He said he's not ready, stuff like that. So she was like literally crying. I thought it was the end. I thought when they finished talking, so she was gonna sing home. I guess they tried to edit around, they kind of trick us. I really thought it was the end of the relationship. So they talked with Lincoln, went completely nowhere. Lincoln is still scared of commitment. The boy chat, and they are like talking to Lincoln, and the boys, they just try to understand Lincoln, so what's happening in his mind. And they already thought that Lincoln said he doesn't know. He doesn't know what he's gonna do. He doesn't know if he's gonna go home. The way I was talking, I really thought he was gonna go home, but apparently he's not. Apparently he's here again at the farewell dance. So let's see how this thing's going to go. So in the farewell dance, we have 3 dances with the 3 people who's going to be on the farewell dance. Cat is going to be Mr. Chapman, not Spicy, Mr. Khan and Mr. Hunter. Mr. Khan, I was surprised. But Mr. Chapman's Hunter, I wasn't that surprised because you can see through the episode, you see a little bit what happened. So let me talk to Hunter. She said, remember when she said she was so frustrated because even though on paper Mr. Hunter is so freaking perfect. He's too does everything so right. It's so amazing. Know how to talk to the parent. He literally, I just love him. I just love Hunter so much. He's like literally my favorite. He is perfect on paper, but Remy still feel like she doesn't know much about him because he doesn't open up. Come on, Hunter. Remy want to get to know you. She want to see if there's a possibility of a life with you, but because you don't open up, yeah, it didn't work out. Hunter is going home. I'm not happy about that. Yeah. So before even she saw Hunter didn't get saved, so Remy talked to Mr. Khan and they were talking. As soon as like she didn't talk to Mr. Hunter first, she talked to Mr. Khan first. As soon as she talked to Khan, so she was talking to her. I thought she was like, oh, sure, I feel like I feel a friendship between us. She make me laugh, blah blah blah. I thought she was gonna say, but I don't think we are in March. I don't think there's a connection here. Where he's asked at the end, so should I join the background? She said, oh God, yes. I'm like, oh no. At that moment, because she talked to Mr. Khan first, at that moment, I just knew that Hunter was going home. I just knew it. Nobody could say no to me. I just knew that Hunter was gonna go home. Because even though he may have like a hate and love relationship with Mr. Chapman, there's no way she's gonna send him home that easily. If she was gonna send him home, she was gonna send him home after all the argument, the crying that happened before. He was not even live into the farewell then, so that's what I thought. So when she saved Mr. Khan, I said somebody has to be the sacrifice land. Somebody gotta go. And my Hunter went home. I wanted to cry. I really wanted to cry. And then at the end, Mr. Khan got saved, Mr. Hunter left. All the family, they love Hunter so much. They have like an emotional goodbye. I'm gonna miss him. And after she talked to Mr. Chapman, she said, you broke my heart.
Absolutely broke my heart. I didn't even know how I was gonna make it here today. I'm not kidding.
She was like sad. She said she cried so much. Yeah, there's a lot of crying in this episode. Is the Mr. Lincoln or Mr. Chapman say, I got my own issue. I didn't mean to do that to you. So my lifestyle, stuff like that, my own issue. So like if you're coming, it's not because of you. It's because of not because of me. It's not because of you. It's because I have my own issue that
For my own personal issues.
I'm dealing with. Like he has like common issue or those things. Other issues, stuff like that. They keep talking.
I really feel like what we have is real, like
I don't know, guys. I don't know if Remy is making the right decision. I don't know. I don't know, I don't know. I'm just scared of Mr. Lincoln right now. I'm just scared, guys. I'm just scared for Remy. So Mr. Lincoln got saved, Mr. Chapman got saved. So we're gonna move on to episode 10.